I want to show you a few thrift stores that I checked out yesterday here in New Zealand, not too far from my house. And I'm also going to show you some price comparisons between those thrift stores and our local department store. I'm not someone who usually thrift shops. As you'll know from some of my previous videos, I've made some life choices that have sort of removed any disposable income that I've had. So we're going to have a look at this stuff more from a lens of someone who doesn't normally go secondhand shopping, who isn't really into it as a hobby. And so my hope is that it comes across a little bit more realistic and not as romanticized as some people might make it out to be. So luckily here in New Zealand, thrifting and secondhand shopping in general is a pretty big part of the culture. So there's not anywhere near as much of a stigma around it that some other places might still have. So we'll look at clothes, we'll look at kids stuff, we'll look at drinkware, which is my favorite thing to look at in any store, and we'll look at some other random items. I'm also going to be talking about the prices in US dollars because most of our viewers are from the US. Let's be real here, it can be extremely hard to find good clothes in thrift stores. Some people really romanticize this, but honestly, most of these places have a bit of a musty, dusty smell. And that can put people off looking through the racks of clothes. I think even if you are a seasoned thrifter, you still have to look through item by item, and it can take quite a while to really find that one treasure. It is possible though. So I found this coat and scarf combination. The coat was really heavy, really warm, really nice looking, like if not completely brand new, then definitely very well taken care of. This combination cost $7. I didn't buy it because the coat was actually a little bit too big, but there, $7, and you can have a really nice winter outfit. I also found this $12 Dolce & Gabbana jacket. I didn't buy this one either because it was too small for me, so sometimes you just can't win. Things are either too big or too small. So it is possible to find some nice stuff in thrift stores. I have bought some cool things in the past, not on this day that I was filming, but previously, so it is possible. You just have to be, I think, kind of in the right mindset to devote a chunk of time to look through a bunch of junk to find that one really nice piece. I also came across some really nice art pieces. I mean, great for anybody who has a bunch of empty walls that they want to decorate, but they don't want to break the bank. I mean, most of this stuff was like under $10 a piece, right? Now, on to kids' toys. I have two small kids, which means that it feels like almost every weekend we have to go to somebody's birthday party. And even if I did have money to spare, buying every single kid a present from our regular store would have broken the bank anyway. So I highly recommend going to thrift stores for kids' toys, especially if the kids are a bit young. You know, I don't think there's any 3-year-old or 4-year-old who's gonna care or even notice that their teddy bear is from a thrift store versus a department store. Okay, let's move on to drinkware. For some reason, this is my favorite thing to look at. I love looking at cups and glasses and mugs. I don't know why, I just love it. And if I had a bigger cabinet, I would be collecting way more pieces. I think this is another one of those things that even if you have disposable income to spare, going to thrift stores for drinkware is a great idea. Most of the stuff that I was looking at was somewhere between $1 and $4 per piece. So if you're feeling particularly social and you want to invite a whole bunch of people over to your house for cocktails and you want like a really nice set of glasses to serve stuff in and it's all matching and pretty, go to a thrift store. I mean, this stuff is in great condition. And I'm pretty sure if your neighbor Frank comes over for a cocktail, he's not going to care that it's being served to him in a $1 glass versus a $20 glass. Incidentally, if there's anyone named Frank listening, let me know if you agree. Not everything in the thrift stores that I went to was dirt cheap. Some places did stock pretty expensive items, particularly around furniture or matching dinnerware sets and things like that, but I just kind of closed my eyes and walked past that stuff. Now here I found some tiny items, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of regret not buying this salt and pepper shaker set for babies. And what is it with tiny shoes? Can somebody in the comments please explain to me, what is this? So that was the last thrift store that I checked out on that day, and then I headed over to our local department store to compare some of the prices. A quick tip for anybody who walks into a department store like this looking for an outfit to put together but has no idea where to start is to look at what the mannequins are wearing and just copy that. I didn't really actually like what they were wearing on this particular day. Nothing was really jumping out at me, but generally that's how I would do it. Most of the stuff here, on this day anyway, was kind of meh, and the fabrics were all synthetic. New Zealand does sell a lot of nice wool items, but in a department store like this, you're going to be paying quite a bit of money for it. I found a very similar looking jacket in this department store that I did in the thrift shop, but it was a lot lighter, so nowhere near as warm. It felt a lot cheaper, but it cost many times the price. There was also this cute bag here. Apparently it was on clearance, but still pretty expensive, so I would kind of shudder to think what it would cost normally. Now, I came into the kids section here, I'm gonna admit, with quite a bit of preconceptions around the prices, but I thought that generally the prices weren't that bad. I mean, yes, all of this stuff is just synthetic fabric, but still, it's probably not too bad. I would still say that in general, thrifting kids' clothes is a pretty good idea, and it can be a lot easier to find the right sizes and, you know, good quality things for kids than for adults. Now, New Zealand and Australia are a little bit obsessed with Bluey. So I had to have a look here and see how much this Chili doll cost. Just out of curiosity. There are a whole lot of other nicely packaged kind of standard toys here, but again, if you're going to a birthday party every weekend or every other weekend, it's gonna break the bank if you buy from places like this. Onto drinkware, my favorite part of any store. I might have a problem. To be honest, these prices are not bad. I was expecting a lot worse. I mean, I think if you're buying one cup or one glass at a time, it's actually okay. But the problem comes when you want to buy a set or, you know, just several items to fill up your cupboard and prepare for a party or what have you. Once you start buying like 2 or 3 or 4 or more items, that's when the prices really add up. Again, if there's anyone named Frank listening, let me know if you care if you are served a wine or a coffee in a $1 vessel or a $20 vessel. Okay, and to finish off our department store perusal, we have a few decorative pieces of who knows what. So for about $12 here, you can have some shapes. And for about $1.50, you can have this thing. So that concludes our thrift store and department store comparison for today. I hope this has helped to maybe shed a little bit of light on what the price differences and quality differences can be between these places. Again, I don't know if I ever will be a fan of thrifting in the way that some people are. I don't know if I will ever really turn it into a hobby, but I think it's worthwhile. Like, if you are strapped for cash and you really need something, I think it's worthwhile. If you've made it this far, please let me know what you would like to see next. Thanks for spending time with me. I'll see you next time.